Marcus Smart needs a major breakthrough before Lakers buy into new winning formula. The Los Angeles Lakers are once again at a crossroads. With a revamped roster built around Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis, the franchise is still tinkering with what its optimal starting five should look like heading into the new season. At the heart of the debate is Marcus Smart, the gritty, defensive-minded guard whose arrival in Los Angeles has sparked both intrigue and skepticism. Many Lakers fans have already begun picturing what a lineup featuring Smart alongside Doncic, Davis, and the team's other stars might look like. On paper, the addition of a former Defensive Player of the Year seems like the perfect complement to the Lakers' offense-heavy roster. But not everyone is convinced this is the right move. Mike Bresnahan of the Lake Show podcast is among those who remain cautious. The longtime Lakers analyst believes Smart hasn't yet earned the benefit of the doubt, particularly given his inconsistent health and uneven play over the past 2 seasons. Is he in that starting five? I don't think so, Bresnahan explained. He played okay with Washington towards the end of his brief run with them last season. I got to see him play some games. He just hasn't played a full season. Bresnahan added that Smart should be eased into a role off the bench rather than being thrust into the starting lineup from day one. If the Lakers run into defensive problems early in the year, then and only then would it make sense to slot Smart in alongside Doncic and company. Until then, the veteran guard must prove he can stay healthy and deliver consistently on the court. The Lakers won't commit until Smart proves it. The decision on Smart's role is less about fit and more about trust. The Lakers have an established winning formula, one that predates the Doncic trade and has historically involved Rui Hachimura playing as a key starter. Making room for Smart is an easy adjustment on paper, but it requires compelling evidence that he can provide more value than what the Lakers already have in place. Hachimura has quietly become one of the most reliable role players in the NBA. Last season, the 27-year-old forward shot an impressive 41.3% from three-point range, including 41.7% on catch-and-shoot looks, precisely the kind of efficiency that makes him a perfect fit next to Doncic. Luka's ability to create open looks for teammates has long been one of his greatest strengths, and Hachimura's floor spacing skill set pairs seamlessly with that style of play. Replacing Hachimura in the starting unit would sacrifice shooting and spacing, 2 areas that are vital to maximizing Doncic's impact. That puts Smart in a difficult position. His path to the starting lineup requires not only proving his health, but also showing that his defensive presence outweighs the offensive consistency Hachimura provides. Where Austin Reeves fits into the puzzle. If not Hachimura, then who? Some analysts have suggested that Austin Reeves, rather than Hachimura, should slide down to the second unit. Reeves is versatile, skilled at creating his own shot, and would immediately become the leader of a second unit that badly needs structure and playmaking. However, Doncic's history with co-guards complicates this idea. Luka has thrived alongside backcourt partners like Jalen Brunson and Kyrie Irving, both of whom bring shot creation and secondary playmaking to the table. Reeves fits more into that mold than Smart, whose offensive game is limited primarily to facilitating and opportunistic scoring. If Doncic's past success with scoring guards is any indication, the Lakers may be better off keeping Reeves in the starting lineup. That leaves Smart, again, on the outside looking in. The case for Smart still, Marcus Smart has a compelling argument to make. When he's healthy and locked in, there are few perimeter defenders in the league who can match his intensity. His ability to guard multiple positions and take on the toughest defensive assignments could free up Doncic and Reeves to conserve energy on offense. During his time in Boston, Smart wasn't just a defender, he was a tone setter. His hustle plays, charges, and vocal leadership often ignited the Celtics during big moments. That's exactly the kind of edge the Lakers have lacked at times in recent years, particularly when Davis is forced to shoulder the majority of the defensive workload. But to secure a starting role in Los Angeles, Smart must prove that his Celtics days weren't just the peak of his career. His stint in Washington showed flashes of his old self, but it wasn't nearly consistent enough to warrant automatic trust from the Lakers. A battle of styles, offense versus defense. The debate surrounding Smart's role ultimately comes down to one central question: how much are the Lakers willing to sacrifice on offense to bolster their defense? With Doncic orchestrating the offense, shooting and spacing become paramount. That's why Hachimura's shooting numbers are so critical, and why Reeves' ability to create is so valuable. Inserting Smart into the lineup would improve the Lakers defensively but could compromise the offensive balance that makes Doncic so dangerous. It's a delicate balance, and one that head coach Darvin Ham will need to experiment with throughout the early part of the season. What Smart must do for Marcus Smart. The path forward is clear but challenging. 1. Stay healthy. Availability has been his biggest issue. Without a full season, he'll never convince the Lakers to restructure their lineup around him. 2. Rediscover defensive dominance. If he can resemble the player who won Defensive Player of the Year in Boston, the Lakers won't be able to ignore his value. 3. Embrace leadership. Even off the bench, Smart can bring energy and accountability. Proving his worth as a leader will make the transition to the starting lineup much smoother if and when it happens. Conclusion. Marcus Smart's arrival in Los Angeles has created both excitement and hesitation. The Lakers know what they have with Dorney, Davis, Hachimura, and Reeves. Smart, however, remains a wild card, a player capable of swinging games with his defense but also one whose health and inconsistency have raised doubts. If Smart wants to break through and secure a permanent spot in the starting lineup, he'll need to show the Lakers he can still be the relentless, game-changing defender that once made him indispensable in Boston. Until then, the Lakers are prepared to wait and keep their winning formula intact.